In this video, we will discuss the Properties palette in Civil3d. If you would like to follow along with this video, please open the file 020propertiespalette.dwg located in the training folder as discussed in the Working with this dataset video. The Properties palette is an AutoCAD interface component. However, Civil3d objects leverage the ability to display available properties depending on the Civil3d object that you select. I've got the Properties palette with Auto Hide turned on. I'm going to turn Auto Hide off for the purpose of this lecture. So right now I have no object selected, but let's go ahead and quickly select this surface object. Notice that the Properties palette updates with the available properties that you can change. One of the key things that you can change very quickly with the Properties palette is the style, and this applies to pretty much every single Civil3d object. So instead of having to go to the actual surface properties themselves through the context-sensitive ribbon and then accessing it right here, and then clicking OK, you can very easily and quickly access it right through the Properties palette. I'll go ahead and change this to a No Display property, which will quickly turn it off for me. Let's change it back to the 1 in 5 background. I'll zoom in here and select one of the contour labels. Notice how the Surface and Contour Label Group properties appear in the Properties palette, and I can actually turn on and off different properties of this contour label line. This makes it very convenient to quickly turn the display of, let's say, minor contours. Let's set this to true. And now I have all my major and minor contour labels displayed. I'll press the Escape key on the keyboard to clear my selection set. Again, this works with all Civil3d objects. Depending on the object that you select, you will be able to change the specific properties based on that object. Notice how right from the Properties palette, I can actually tell this Civil3d alignment to use criteria-based design or use design criteria. Using the AutoCAD Properties palette can greatly reduce the amount of time that you change objects' properties. This concludes this video discussing the Properties palette.